Have you ever wondered why your website isn't loading fast enough, ranking on Google, or converting any new customers? Well, in this video, I'm going to break down the top 10 most common mistakes that you need to avoid on your website. So I'm sure there's at least a few of these that you have never heard before, and I am super excited to show you. So without further ado, let's just jump straight in. Now, before we get into it, I'd like to briefly cover what is the purpose of a website, because I know a lot of people actually have this confused. They think it is, to build a great brand or, to have a presence online, to look good, to look professional. Let me tell you right now that it is none of those things. Your website should exist for one purpose only, and that is to get more customers to your business. So how do we do that? I'm going to go over all of these common mistakes that will help you get more customers from your website. So let's jump in. All right, so I'll leave a quick disclaimer here before I get into it. I'm not hating on any of these websites. Pretty much every single website I see out there is great, but because I am an SEO guy, I have to jump into the nuances. And also, at the end of the day, all of this is just my opinion. So someone else may have another opinion than me that is also an SEO expert. That is up to them. But really, I'm just giving you my opinion and what I think these companies should do. So number one is not having a contact form on your homepage. So everything looks great here. We have the great green. I like this logo, protecting our environment together. Their number up here, but there's no contact form. And there's not even a call to action button. So basically, we need to think about the customer journey here. And when they land on your page, especially for a service like pest control, they want to contact you as soon as possible. So there should be a contact form right here, especially for people that don't want to call. A lot of people don't want to call nowadays. So we want to have a contact form like right here or right here so they can contact you and get in touch immediately. So that is number one, having a contact form immediately. Right. Now, common mistake number two is not having a clickable call button. So we are just on a random med spa website here, and we have a call icon here, but when I click it, nothing happens. So this is a super easy miss. And actually, some people don't know how to do this. So I will show you very quickly. So just how you would link anything else, like linking to other pages in your website, you want to add this link here. So ahref, and then your phone number, and then also have the alternate version of your phone number. Again, you can look this up to verify with yourself, but this is a super easy fix. I'd say 80 to 90% of websites now have this, but for the few that don't, they need it, because we want to make the customer journey as seamless as possible. So if they can just click one button, boom, call, boom, now they're a client, like that's awesome. So we want to make it as simple and easy for them as possible. We don't want them typing in numbers. But speaking of, we should have the number written out as well. So the number should be here too, just in case that call button isn't working. And just if people want to dial it, maybe they're on the website on their computer, they only like doing calls from their phone, then we also have that option available. So keep that in mind too. So that is common mistake number two. All right, common mistake number three is not having a clear call to action button. So here we are on a random dentist website, and again, things are looking good here, but people mistake good looks with actual results. So it doesn't matter how good your website looks. It matters how many customers you're getting from it. Because at the end of the day, it would almost be more beneficial for you to do, TV commercials if that got you more customers and cost the same amount of money. So when you think about it that way, then we need to be optimizing for conversions here. So ideally, we could still have the same thing here, but I'd like, a big button usually like on the bottom left here, just saying, book a free appointment, book, let's get in contact today. And they do have the contact down here. But again, there's, a lot of buttons at the top. It's all kind of confusing. Like we want to streamline this process, make it as simple as possible. At the top here, I'd only have like procedures, appointment request, contact, and reviews. Make it super simple. Give them what they're looking for. Like, just keep it simple, please. It kills me. Okay. Okay. So let's move on. All right. Now the fourth common mistake is not having your site mobile optimized. So, the site already isn't looking the best, but when we go ahead and check their mobile view, which you can do this by using Command Option C on a MacBook, and boom, we can see what it looks like on mobile. And you can see if you were on your phone, this would be very hard to read anything. All the text is small. It doesn't change at all from what it was on the website view. So, not exactly the best here. And we definitely want to be mobile optimized because about 60 to 70% of your visitors are going to be coming from mobile. So that is huge. All right, so the fifth most common mistake to avoid on your website is not having service area pages. And this is especially important for service businesses where they come to you, people like pest control companies, flooring companies, handyman. All of these niches, you definitely want to have service areas because you actually have an incredible advantage to rank above these other companies, because I'd say only 50% of companies have service pages, and maybe 5 to 10% of them actually have good SEO on those pages. So if you can have like decent service area pages on your website, you will probably rank top 5 for them. So that is huge, especially for service area businesses. All right, the sixth most common mistake is not having people on your website. Now, this is a little controversial and it's not as necessary, but from my standpoint, and actually this is statistically proven, that when you have a face that's, happy, smiling on your landing page, people are a lot more likely to be receptive. And this is the same for YouTube videos, the same for TikToks, whatever it is. It's the reason why on the thumbnail of this YouTube video, it's my face looking at you. So you have that kind of psychological connection with me already. You're like, oh, this is a real person. He's making this video. Whereas this website, it's kind of just like, I don't know, potentially a robot could have made it, or, I don't know, someone overseas or someone, whoever. Like we want people to connect with and tie the brand to. I think that's incredibly important. All right, at number 7, we have no internal linking. Now, I told you this was going to get a little advanced, some stuff that you might not know. So just bear with me here. So you want to internally link all of the pages on your website that are relevant to each other. So ideally, you should have pages for your services. You should have pages for your service areas. You should have FAQs. You should, ideally have a blog if, you can afford someone to do that for you. Resources, all the kinds of things that this website has. But the problem is that they only really start to gain power from the ground up when they are linked to each other. So this is what we mean by internal linking. So if we look at something like this, just from my SEO perspective, my advice here would be you want to link all of these pages together because they are all related to individual counseling. And then you want to link all these 3 together: individual counseling, couples therapy, young adults, teens. That just, Google loves that, let me tell you. So, you go here, let me just show you an example. So they have the anxiety treatment page, and, having all these pages is certainly better than not having them. But, you scroll down here, they have our therapist as a link, but otherwise there's no links besides the call, the maps, directions, which again is better than nothing. But we should be linking all of these pages to each other, which is, it's literally To do this for your whole website might take half an hour to an hour for a super high ROI activity. So we want to do these actions that it's a one-time thing for forever return on investment. So definitely want to internally link. All right, at number 8, we have not having keywords in your headings. So this is incredibly important for Google to establish what your pages are about. And this is essentially how you're going to rank for any page that you have. So this page in particular for Taurus garage doors, this one is for garage door repair, and this is the H1 here, which really it should be bigger, but either way, that's the H1, so that works. And then here we have H2, 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 H2. And sometimes people have H3s. You also want to include keywords in those. So those are headings within an H2. And they include garage door repair on this first line, but they're missing it on all these other lines. So I like to include it on at least 50% of the lines. Really, I usually like to do it on all of them just to establish clear relevance and authority on the topic at hand. So for this one here, all I would do is, so this one is Chicagoland, Metropolitan, and beyond. I would just add garage door repair at the end of that. What our technicians can do for garage door repair. It's that simple. So just adding that for all of your H2s, way more important than putting it in all of your body copy here. So yeah, that's number 8. All right, at number 9, we have not enough content on the site. So this could mean various things: not having enough text, not having enough photos, not having enough pages in general. So I think this is a great landing page, at least in terms of content here. So we have a ton of pictures. We have, all their service areas, their services. We've got links down here. But in terms of their pages here, so, we've got roofing. We've just got 6 bullet points. When really, to meet Google's standards and criteria, we want about 1,000 to 2,000 words on each page. So, this is only, maybe 10, 20 words. To ensure that you are ranking these pages, you want to have a lot of content. So that is words with keywords in them. So, using roofing, using roof installation and repair services, and also having real photos. So you can use, generic stock photos, but ideally the more real photos, the better, because Google can backtrace them and see where they're coming from. And if they can see that it was taken from your iPhone in your area, it's a lot more credible, and Google's going to love that. So that's number 9. All right. And last but not least, we have not being SSL verified. So I'm sorry to do this website again. I was trying to do a different one for each one, but it actually is pretty tough to find websites without an SSL verification now, which is a great thing. I'm not sure if you know, but if you visit a site that doesn't have it, it will usually say like dangerous. Are you sure you want to continue? You do not want your visitors to see that. And you can tell very simply, very easily in the corner here, it will say not secure, or if you do have it, it will have the little lock here. And if you don't have it, then you can just install the plugin on WordPress called Really Simple SSL. And there's just a few steps, and then it'll do it for you. So super easy, and it's free. All right. And that is 10 common website mistakes to avoid. I hope you learned something. I hope this video was valuable to you. And if it was, then I'd greatly appreciate you subscribing, liking this video, and leaving a comment, letting me know what you thought. Maybe you think number 3 was the most valuable. Maybe you didn't learn anything at all. Then you can tell me that. Or if I missed anything, yeah, tell me that as well. Because really, if I was to keep going, I'm sure I could make a list of 50 to 100 mistakes. So let me know what you thought, and yeah, like, subscribe, all that good stuff, and I will see you in the next video. We are doing weekly videos 100%, so stay tuned, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.